Inflation is something everyone's dealing with, and for American retirees, it's a real concern when it comes to protecting your hard-earned wealth. But how do you spot inflation-proof stocks for your portfolio that will actually weather the storm? By the end of this video, you'll not only know what to look for, but you'll also understand why a gold IRA could be the safest way to protect your wealth from inflation, especially if you have a substantial amount saved up. Now, if you're serious about making sure your retirement savings are safe from the unpredictable rise in inflation, make sure to check the first link in the description. Thousands of Americans are opening gold IRAs to protect their wealth, and I'll show you exactly why they're doing it. When you're hunting for inflation-proof stocks, the first thing to look for is companies with strong pricing power. What does that mean? Essentially, these are companies that can raise their prices without losing customers. Think of businesses in sectors like utilities, consumer staples, and healthcare. These are essentials people will keep paying for, even when costs are rising. If a company can keep up with inflation by adjusting its pricing, it means it's less likely to be hurt by it. But not every company is going to be able to do this. The next key thing to look for is a strong balance sheet. When inflation kicks in, some businesses start cutting back or getting into financial trouble. However, companies with low debt levels and plenty of cash flow can weather the storm much better. Look at companies that are consistently profitable and have a history of managing their debts well. These are the ones you want in your portfolio because they're built to survive tough economic conditions. Now let's talk about dividends. Stocks that pay solid dividends can help buffer against inflation. Dividends are like little rewards for holding onto stocks. They're a great indicator of a company's health because in times of inflation, companies with consistent or growing dividends tend to have solid fundamentals. This is especially important for retirees like you who might rely on steady income. But if you're only looking at dividend yields without considering other factors, you could miss the bigger picture. You also want to consider inflation hedge sectors. There are industries that naturally do better during inflationary periods. For example, energy stocks, especially those in oil and natural gas, tend to do well when prices rise. Real estate can also be a good inflation hedge because property values and rents tend to go up with inflation. And of course, gold IRAs, these are a timeless hedge against inflation. With gold, you're investing in a resource that has stood the test of time. When inflation is rising, gold tends to hold or increase in value, which is why thousands of Americans are choosing gold IRAs for protection. If you're really serious about protecting your wealth over the next 2 weeks, click the first link in the description to grab the free gold IRA guide that will show you how you can start building a recession-proof portfolio. Lastly, when you're looking at stocks for your portfolio, make sure you do your research on the company's historical performance during inflationary times. Companies that have a track record of surviving inflation or even thriving during inflationary periods tend to be a safe bet for your portfolio. Look for a history of growing earnings, strategic pricing strategies, and resilience during economic downturns. But here's where gold IRAs come into play as the real winner for American retirees with $100K or more in your IRA or 401k, or even those with 5 Mem Plus in savings. While stocks can certainly help hedge against inflation, nothing provides the same level of security as investing in gold through a gold IRA. Gold is inherently inflation resistant, which is why it's becoming the go-to choice for retirees seeking to preserve their wealth. The gold IRA is an easy-to-manage, tax-advantaged way to secure your wealth long-term. So before you dive into stocks, don't forget to seriously consider how a gold IRA can offer you the protection you need, especially if you're looking for long-term security. The guide in the description is your first step in finding out how this powerful tool can be the key to inflation-proofing your retirement savings. Click the link below to get the free guide and start protecting your wealth today.